They say there's two types of leaders, ineffective and effective. Effective leaders lead their team to success. Ineffective leaders do not. And it's that simple. It's that cut and dry. If you look at that formula and you apply it to coaches, it can change how you approach working with your team. Too often, throughout the season, when things aren't going well, the last place a coach will look is at themselves. It's often, the players won't do this, the players won't do that. We don't really look at ourselves as the leader. And again, if we use that measurement, effective or ineffective, looking at ourselves, it becomes a little bit simpler and very powerful to coach and lead your team to having success. Not just wins and losses, but learning the skills and understanding the game that you're trying to teach them. When things aren't going well, when things aren't going as planned, whether in a match or in a training session, we tend to look at the players, other circumstances around the environment, anything else in terms of why things aren't working, versus looking at ourselves as coaches, as the leaders. Are we being effective or ineffective? And if the players aren't getting it, if the players aren't having success, as a leader of that group, we are being ineffective. If they are, then we're being effective. It's that simple and it's that powerful. With first place, we have to look when we're working with players and teams and being effective with them and trying to get them to have the success we're looking for is what we are doing. Too often, we're not willing to do that. It's uncomfortable to look at what we're doing or not doing to best serve those players, to help them know and do and learn what they need to have success. And that starts with us as coaches. It always starts with us. So when you are looking at your team, if you're having any kind of frustration, if things aren't going the way you want, start with yourself. How are you being effective and how are you being ineffective? And then from there, make adjustments, make changes, try different things. Often we're too rigid. Things have worked in the past and they may have worked for a very long time. And we get stuck doing the same things over and over again because they worked with the last team, they worked with the last player, but they're not effective now. So immediately we think that it's the player's issue, it's the team's issue, it's not our issue, but it is. So when looking at yourself as a coach, when you're working with players, when you're the leader of that team, leader of those players, whatever the task is, whatever the mission is, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you're going to be measured, and you should be measuring yourself on that simple fact of, did you achieve success or not? Which then means that you were effective or not. So that is a very simple and powerful way to look at yourself as a coach. We sometimes forget that we are the leader of that team. We are the leader of those players. We are the leader of that organization or that club. And you're either effective or ineffective as a leader.